Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Justin Riley.
And I'm Jessa Jeremiah.
And we've got a great show for you today. We've got a
do.
lot coming up. We are here at the Beer Garden
Yes.
at Capitol Brewery.
I know, I'm so excited to be here. What a great little spot.
Yeah, we'll be talking to those folks later on in the show, but we've got some other guests coming up today too.
Yeah, actually, if you believe it or not, it's fall. I do believe it. It's a little chilly.
Yeah, it's a little chilly.
And fall's coming for us. Winter is just around the corner, knocking on the door. Michelle from Isthmus Acupuncture is going to talk about some natural remedies for cold and flu season.
And Lori Aitken from Pegasus Games is going to introduce us to a new game called Bad Beats, I believe.
Yeah, what a fun way to interact face-to-face, believe it or not.
Yeah, we'll have an opportunity to learn something new and to play a really fun game. And we've just got a great show. We hope you stick around. It's all coming up right here on Wisconsin Family.
'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and we are so excited to be here at the Beer Garden at Capitol Brewery. And this is a really cool place, and we're in front of the stage, and it's nice
know.
brisk weather. And
Yeah, I think they put on some pretty cool events right here, so
Yeah.
we'll have to come back when it's hopping.
Absolutely. Hopping.
Pun intended.
That's great. So I'm so excited. I'm always excited to talk to our next guest. Lori Aitken joins us from Pegasus Games. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So tell us what's new, what's hot at Pegasus Games this year?
What's hot at Pegasus this month is Star Wars, because of the coming of the new movies.
Yes.
And we have several games. There is featured there Star Wars X-Wing, which is a miniatures game, so you can relive the space battles. And in our picture is the Imperial Raider, and then a couple of the Rebel and Imperial ships, the X-Wing and the I totally forgot the name, and I'll just let it go this time.
That's okay. That's all right. Well, we can come check it out at Pegasus.
You can, and
Yeah.
there are several role-playing games where
Sure.
you can actually pretend make your own script.
Yeah.
And act out what the players were
Okay.
doing as far as the intrigue and the machinations behind
Sure.
the starship battles. And we show Age of Rebellion and Force and Destiny, which are two of the very popular role-playing games that we have for Star Wars.
Wow.
And are
very
you
good.
role-playing as characters from the movie, or do you get to create
You get
your
to
own
create your own
Okay.
character and possibly interact with characters in the movie, and then do all your own adventures
Very
in the
cool.
same world of Star Wars.
Well, what a fun thing for Star Wars fans.
Yes.
Quick, how long till the movies come out?
About 97 from today, I think.
There you
97
go.
days.
But no one's counting.
Yeah,
Right.
who's counting?
Also very hot right now is a game called Dragon Age, which is what I show here. It is a role-playing game also based on a very popular computer game.
Okay.
So it is brand new and hot off the presses just this week.
And that's cool that you always have games that you play face-to-face. I mean, that's kind of your thing. And you're kind of
Absolutely.
taking a concept from a computer game and making it a more face-to-face game.
Making it
How
a
cool is
social
that?
game, no thumbs involved whatsoever.
It's
Yeah.
almost in reverse. Sometimes it goes the other way,
Yes.
but
Yes.
it's nice to come back to that actual interaction.
Social interaction is,
Yeah.
I think, one of the very important things that board games bring
Yeah.
to people.
Absolutely.
Tabletop games.
Yeah.
Another very popular one is what I have right here called Bad Beats.
And
Okay.
We're going to learn to play this
Yeah,
today.
can we
am I
play
right?
this one?
Yes.
Can you teach this to us?
Now, it's Bad Beats is a phrase apparently I'm told from poker, but it's been adopted and changed into vegetables instead of the timing of the game.
Okay.
So with Bad Beats, you are trying to get rid of the beats on your plate.
Okay,
While the-
so I've got these beats on my
Everybody
plate.
has a few little counters of beats with very cute little adorable faces.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has one card. And during your turn,
we
you
look at
can,
it?
yes, you may.
Okay.
There's a tattletale card. Everyone's trying to get rid of their own beats, give them to other people, and make other people take more beats.
I see.
Okay.
And so
Nobody likes beats. I get that concept.
my favorite card is the nuh-uh card. If a player tattles on you, reveal this card and give them 4 of your beats.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so everyone has one card.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will start. I have to draw a card, and I pick one to keep, and I pick one to give to you. And you
Okay.
can't look at it yet.
Oh, okay. I already
But on
see.
your
Sorry.
turn, you'll get, no, that's fine. On your turn, you'll get to choose between these two and pass one to Justin.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
So I can say what my card is, but I don't have to tell the truth.
Okay.
Oh, you get
So
to
if
lie.
you think I'm lying, you can call my bluff, and if you're correct, I have to take more beats, and if you're wrong, you have to take more beats.
Okay.
So I'm going to say I have the feed the dog card, which means I can give away 3 of my beats
Okay.
to the dog.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So if one of you wants to challenge me and call me a liar, you may.
Not
Otherwise,
it.
I get to give away 3 beats.
I'm not calling Boss Lady a liar.
Okay.
I will challenge you on that one.
All right.
There you go.
I have the feed the dog card.
Oh, so now you have to give
So
those to me then?
I will give them to you. I think
Okay.
you actually draw from the bank. There it goes again.
There goes that book.
There'll
I'll
be
give
a
you
very
my beats.
heavily
Come on down to
discounted
Pegasus and
book.
check out
So
that.
I throw away that card and draw a new one, and now Jessa gets to pick this card up, look at it, and
Okay.
then decide what she's going to do.
Okay. Let's see. So I can pick between the 2 cards that
You
I
can
have.
pick between the 2.
Okay.
Then you hand one, you slide one to Justin, and then you say what your card
Okay.
is, and
So-
we can call you a liar
Okay.
or not.
I'm going to give 2 beats to Justin.
So she's saying she has the share card.
And
Okay.
then what do I do with my card?
The card you're not using,
Yeah.
you give to Justin, but he can't look at it yet.
Okay.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So we can decide if we're going to call her a liar or not.
I think she's telling the truth.
Okay.
So do I have to reveal if I am
You
or
do
not?
reveal it, yes.
Okay, yes, I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
Okay.
So then you put it, you discard it, and draw another one.
Okay.
And now
I don't have a good poker face, so I
There's
had
your
no
card.
choice.
Justin, you pick that up. Decide, pick between your 2 cards which one you want to keep, and give one to me.
We're learning.
Okay.
So this is,
Here's card
let's
if
move
you
on
guess.
just because I don't
Right,
want to
right.
get
Let me
out
think
of
about
here
my
with
turn
anyone.
here for a minute. here.
Justin might take a little bit too long, but
We'll be back after the break on the
Okay.
City Playing. So
tell us what's coming up at Pegasus Games before we have to go.
Okay, on the 19th of this month, we have a big new pre-release event where you can preview some of the new Magic the Gathering cards that are going to be coming out. Magic is a game that has been out for 2 decades,
Right.
and it invented the whole concept of a customizable collectible card game.
Cool.
And so the new set will be previewed a week before it actually releases, and that will be on the 19th. Big event starting at 10 a.m. on that Sunday morning.
Very good. Well, what a fun thing to
So-
do. And I liked this game. And
This
if
is a
we
cool
can learn
game.
it in just a couple minutes here on TV.
Well,
You
if you
can't,
guys
and
can
once
learn it,
you know,
I'm
once
working
you
on
get
it.
going, it
Oh,
gets really
yeah.
silly.
No,
People
that
call
was
each other
good.
liars. Your beats are flying back and forth.
And I guess I'm unfortunately the loser since I have the
Yes,
most
you
beats
are.
here, but anyway, so stick around. There's more Wisconsin Family coming up right after this.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Hey folks, welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are sitting here at Capitol Brewery in Middleton in the beer garden. And
In the beer garden.
We are,
There's
yes.
beer growing everywhere around here. It's great.
Sort of. But we're going to chat with those folks a little bit later. Right now, we're going to talk to Michelle, who comes from Isthmus Acupuncture, owner actually, and one of our pals here on Wisconsin Family. Glad to have you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. So I'm so glad to chat with you. I always credit Michelle with my easy labor because I went and saw them right before I had my baby and
Yeah.
had such a nice experience. So
Yep.
that's my Isthmus Acupuncture plug because I
There you
really
go.
enjoyed my
Yeah.
experience. But we're actually going to talk about cold and flu season a little bit today.
Yep.
And you guys really are, holistic in terms of health and your approach. And I want to talk a little bit about some natural ways to support the immune system going into fall and winter and
Yep.
it's coming for us. So chat
Right.
with
And
us
we
a
can
little
definitely feel fall in the air today.
bit. Yeah.
Absolutely.
One of the best things that I learned probably 20 years ago that you can do to help prepare for this time of year, and especially going back to school, is to support your immune system naturally and look at different things you can make at home and different things you can do at home. This is one of my favorite things to do. I don't know if you guys can see it that good, but it's garlic.
Okay.
It's peeled garlic in honey. And what happens?
that's what that is.
Yep,
Okay.
it's peeled. You were probably wondering.
I didn't know what the substance was. I could
You
see
can-
the garlic.
It kind of looks like beer, but it's not. But what you do is you take a whole head of garlic and you take the cloves and peel them, and then you add enough honey to cover the top of it.
Okay.
And if you let it sit for about 6 to 8 weeks, most of the garlic odor disappears.
Okay.
And you're left with honey infused with all the great natural properties that garlic has to boost the immune system.
I see. So you can discard then the garlic.
Yes, then you can discard the garlic, and then you're set for the entire cold flu season usually, and the entire winter. And then if you feel like you have a scratchy throat coming on, or you might be a little bit under the weather or feel a little weak, you can just take a teaspoon of that. And especially if you have a sore throat, you can just swallow it and it'll coat your throat, and it'll have the healing properties of the honey and the garlic. Or you can mix it with like a hot lemon water, and have it like kind of like a hot toddy at home. And that's one of the best
that's
things
fun
you
to
can
say,
do.
hot
Hot toddy. And it's really great for children too, because you know a lot of times you don't want to give kids over-the-counter cold medicine because there's some issues with that. And this just works perfect for an alternative for coughs and cold and flu and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, it may seem a little silly right now to do this because it's got to sit for like 6 weeks or something.
So you have to plan ahead.
You gotta
Right.
plan ahead a little bit, but when you're sick, you will do anything to feel better and be able to avoid that groggy feeling from some of the medications. So
Right.
even if it seems silly now, do it, and I guarantee you'll be glad you did.
Yep, definitely. And you should be able to make enough to last you all season, and then next year you just make a fresh batch. And then unfortunately, if you do get a lot of congestion and cold or different things like that, you can use that 2-3 times a day. And then also another one of my favorite tricks is to take garlic and mix it with olive oil.
Okay.
And then use that if you have any congestion in the ears. So a lot of times kids will get earaches or ear congestion, or if your sinuses get all plugged up, sometimes it can back up into the ears.
Right.
Yeah.
So that works like magic. My husband gets a lot of ear aches, and so does my younger son, and we've used that every time, and it's taken care of it beautifully.
Wow.
That's great for kids. I mean, kids have, it seems like, ear issues all the time. Their little growing bodies. So
Yeah.
what a great thing. And you can make that at home. These are things you probably already have.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe get a little bit of fresh garlic and put
So
it together.
we talked about ways that you can prevent kind of head off at the pass, so to speak. And then if you do get congested, you talked about some things you can do as well. What about kids? Are there any special remedies that you talked a little bit about this olive oil? You said that's what.
Yep, the garlic infused olive oil.
In general, are there any things that is more particularly effective for kids?
Yes, kids do really well usually with Chinese herbal medicine or even Western medicine. There's a difference between the way we use herbal medicine in the West and with Eastern Asian medicine. In East Asian medicine, they'll usually combine between 6 and 12 different ingredients to work with the synergistic nature of the herbs, and that can be really strong. And so we have a whole pediatric line of herbs that are in a glycerin base, so it's really important to get a pediatric line, because what's usually good for children is got to be adjusted for the dosing for adults and or how they take it, because a lot of time kids won't do well with like an alcohol-based tincture, but they'll do better with a glycerin-based tincture.
Yeah.
And even probiotics, there's a lot of people out there looking for ways to boost their immune system, and probiotics does a great job. The flora that are in kids' digestive tract is a little different than adults. So there's actually a different pediatric type of probiotic that you can get that's more appropriate for children, usually up to about the age of 8 or 10. You'll want to go with more of the pediatric lines of all your supplements and immune boosters.
Wow. Okay. Good to know.
Lots of good information there.
Yeah, the difference in kids and adults, of course, is you got to be mindful of that. Let's talk a little bit really quick before you go. When do you call a doctor? You're using natural remedies. What's the cutoff?
Right. So if you've had a high fever for probably over 24 hours, or if the fever's over 103, then you really probably should call the doctor right away, or at least call the nurse on call. And then you can always call them and let them know that something is brewing and you're trying some natural remedies, and let them know so they can advise you, when to come in, or maybe just make a follow-up appointment. These are great for first line of defense. However, if you need antibiotics antibiotics or something like that, you really should be in touch with your doctor to get that right, you know, as quick as possible.
Yeah, there's that line. You gotta, you know, these are gonna work for, you know, certain levels of illnesses.
Yeah.
But you want to still take precaution, I think.
Yep,
Right,
absolutely.
and if you can do these things ahead of time, it's really better for our environment and where we're going with healthcare, because there's all those antibiotic resistant strands now of bacteria and
Scary.
infections and different things like that. If we can use less antibiotics when we don't need them, then we'll have them when we really do.
Yeah.
So that's really
smart.
important.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very true. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. Make sure you check them out over at Isthmus Acupuncture. Michelle and her team are absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
And can help with natural remedies, acupuncture, of course, all
Yep.
kinds of wonderful things. Try it and test it. I can attest to
Yep,
that.
there you go.
We got more Wisconsin Family coming up right after the break. We're here at Capitol Brewery in Middleton, and we'll be right back.
'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and the moment that we've all been waiting for in our show today has
I
finally
get to drink a
come.
beer.
Jessica gets to drink a beer. We are here on location at the beer garden for Capitol Brewery here in Middleton, and we're joined now by Cindy Pisani.
Pisani, yes.
Cindy Pisani, welcome.
Thank you.
And thanks for having
coming
us.
out.
Yeah, we're glad to be here. We've had some fun so far.
Yeah, we sure have.
Yeah.
And you know, this is our first time coming out here, and so why don't you talk to the viewers a little bit and tell them a little bit about, you know, who you are and what makes you different.
Well, Capitol Brewery's been around for quite a while. We first started, opened up the doors in 1984, but we started brewing in 1986. So now we're coming up on 30 years of what we'd like to call brewing excellence.
Congrats.
Yeah,
What
it's
a huge milestone.
It is, it
Yeah.
is. And, you know, we started just brewing a couple different lagers, and now we've expanded our styles of beer, and we have ales as well as IPAs. And, you know, as a brewery, we've won over 215 awards, and that's a lot of awards. They're
That
on
is a lot of
display.
awards.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is that it's not just for one style. We've won awards throughout all our different styles of beers that we offer. So that's something.
You're
not too many
well-rounded.
brew- Yep.
That's impressive.
We are, and we have a wonderful female brewmaster, which is very rare.
Yeah.
Right, Ashley Kennart, and she is just doing a fantastic job of being creative and coming up with some very new and exciting new beers.
Very good. Representing the ladies out there in this industry. I like it.
Absolutely, and she does a great job because it is a very male-dominated
So
industry,
is, yeah.
and having a female brewmaster, there's only 2 other breweries that can say that
There you go.
within the state of Wisconsin.
That's
Yeah.
very unique. Good for you. And you guys are going to have to build another wing for all these awards. That's great.
Yeah, we are running out of room for where to put them up, but we're very proud of them.
What a great problem to have.
It is,
Too
it
many
is.
awards to fit.
Yeah, I noticed that, you know, it's literally an entire hallway. It's just, the whole wall is just filled as you
Yep.
walk in.
That's cool. That's so impressive. So I have to admit that I actually haven't gotten the opportunity until today to come out here and enjoy this outdoor space. I didn't know about it. So you guys are doing a lot of things, and I always love to ask, you know, sort of community type questions. You know, do you guys do anything that is sort of community involved here at Capitol Brewery?
We do a lot of things that are community involved. We host multiple fundraisers for different organizations, everything from the Madison Public Library to the Humane Society to the Wisconsin Bike Federation. We host fundraisers here. We reach out to some organizations, invite them to come out and do things here. The city worked with us in putting this nice pavilion out that we have out here. And so we're hoping to bring in some things. We've started a Tuesday farmers market for the
great.
community.
Right here.
Right here. We have a farmers market every Tuesday from 2:30 to 6. We've just started, but this is the kind of event we'd like to see out there.
Yeah.
Here we host different things for different organizations so that they can come out, get some exposure, just so people know they exist.
Right. Yeah, you know, I was telling Justin before we started, I was looking at your website last night and sort of blown away. I didn't realize how many events and things were going on right here. You know, you think about the beer and you think about the brewery. I didn't realize that you were so involved in the community and got people together out here like this.
And we
I
do.
love that.
And
I
we're
love
really
it.
proud of that.
Should be.
And this is really truly a destination place. I mean, people, I'm guessing, come from, you know, Dane County and beyond to come here to the beer garden, enjoy some music, enjoy some friendship, and of course some beer. What does that mean? How's that been for the businesses here in the community? I mean, what kind of impact has that had?
That's a good point, yeah.
It has a huge impact because whenever we host events here, people are coming from all over. We have different events like Bachfest and Stark Beer Fest. REAP hosts an event here called Burgers and Brews, and literally these bring thousands of people to the area. So when they come out here, they're not just coming to one event here at the brewery. They're staying in the hotels, they're eating dinner at the different restaurants or lunch, they're shopping downtown. So all the businesses have a trickle effect of something that happens here. So we really do work with the community when we have our music here. We have music here Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday nights. We bring in food vendors from all over the area to come out here. We don't charge. They come out, they set up, they sell to the public, and it gives them a lot of visibilities for people who maybe would have never gone to that restaurant or didn't know about.
Right.
Absolutely. And you mentioned, we talked before we started, you mentioned to us that you don't charge a cover here.
No.
So people can come out and enjoy all that without having to pay a fee to get in. I
Right.
think that's important to note. And so we've talked about a lot of events already that you do out here and things that you have, but talk to us a little bit more about the event capability out here. I mean, I saw that you could even potentially rent the space. I saw somebody in a bride dress on the website, so there's all kinds of, sky's the limit.
We have just recently started hosting weddings here, and that's huge for the businesses in the area. We can host weddings, we host class reunions, anniversaries, any reason you can come up with for a party.
Absolutely.
We can host it here, and it's not just this space that we have. We have our indoor beer stube as well for a lot of corporate events. We also have a new outdoor patio that's on the side of the brewery that can be
great.
rented as well for somewhat smaller events, but this space will hold 1,200 people. So obviously, if you have a large event, we can have it here.
That's awesome. I bet you there's a lot of folks out there that don't know that you do that. I think that's great to bring that up.
Well, they will after today.
Yeah,
That's
there you
right.
go.
So, you know, if you live in Dane County, there's a really good chance that you're an avid biker, or at least have enjoyed once in a while some of the great bike trails we have around here. And you guys have a Capital Brewery Bike Club.
Correct.
Can you
You do.
tell me about that? I'm so excited to hear about that.
We've had this bike club for about 6 years, and we've grown from approximately 80, 90 members that we started out with, and we're up to over 300 members right now.
Wow.
So on a Tuesday or Thursday night, starting usually around 5:30, 5:45, it depends on how early it gets dark, you'll see 100 to 150 bikes out here, cyclists, and
Yeah.
I was going
all
to clarify,
levels.
we're not talking about bikers, we're talking about
Cyclists, right?
Yeah.
All levels of riders, and that's the exciting thing. You know, you can be very, very fast, and we do have some people who actually race. They're here, and then you have people like myself. I just get on my bike and pedal, and we all end up at the same place.
Yeah.
We bike together for the camaraderie, and then everybody shows up here. We have music, we have the food vendors, and it's a great way to get out, spend an afternoon socializing with other people who have a common interest.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Cindy, it's almost time to go, but before we go, when people think about Capital Brewery, what comes to mind, or what do you hope comes to mind?
I think what comes to mind is great beer and a venue that offers people the opportunity to come out with their families, their dogs, enjoy friends, good beer, good food, and just what Wisconsin has to offer.
That's what it's all about.
That's
You
what
got
it is.
Cindy Pisani from Capital Brewery, thank you so much for joining us
Well,
today.
thank
Cindy.
you
It's
guys
been
for
a
coming
pleasure.
out.
Yeah, that's all the time we have for Wisconsin Family. We'll see you next time.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is